Taurus. In these unutterably fraught times, Venus in Taurus energy is love and beauty, luxury and art, prosperity and elegance. And by the way, don't eat too many sweet things. So I would say make space in the day if the days are pressured and fraught and full of upheaval for connection to Venus in Taurus. It's so important. It's so crucial, and such good can flow if we handle our Venus in Taurus connection in ways that are right for us. And take a note what house in your Vedic birth chart is Taurus. That's the area of life where Venus will manifest particularly. And also, what planets are ruled by Venus in terms of the sign they're in or the nakshatra they're in. So I can't stress the importance of connecting to Venus in Taurus enough. Mercury is ever so complicated, and it has been. So Mercury enters Pisces on the 7th of April, and it's conjunct Neptune. Now, some people don't fare too badly in Mercury retrograde times or difficult Mercury times, but other people have sort of disasters, particularly if they've got Mercury retrograde in their birth chart and or Mercury conjunct K2, the south node of the moon, etc. And all sorts of problems could go wrong with communications posts, IT, computers, computer equipment, software operation at this time. And I'm certainly having them, as I'm the proud possessor of Mercury retrograde, conjunct K2, the south node, receiving an aspect from Saturn and ruling my 12th house. But I'm in there fighting, and I managed to keep on top of it. And the perception that it's a particularly challenging time is so helpful. It creates preparation and stability. And in the blog, I give some important buzzwords for the beneficial blessing side of Mercury conjunct Neptune, and also the terrible dysfunction side that can be Mercury conjunct Neptune. So my next point is that Mercury it becomes conjunct Chiron. So it's square the nodal axis on the 12th of April, and then getting closer and closer to Chiron exact on the 15th of April. So, keep track of that. And, I would say look for inspiration coming through, new perceptions coming through, and relating to your destiny and to healing, perhaps healing of woundedness, even healing of your particular existential wound, Chiron in your birth chart. Now, Sun transits Aries from April the 13th to May the 14th. And on the 25th of April, Sun is conjunct Uranus exact. So this is an energy of revolution and inspiration. And because it's in Ashwini, there could be big healing dimensions, but there could be lots of impatience as well, so watch for that. Look for ideas of areas of revolutionary change at the time that Sun is conjunct Uranus exact on the 25th of April. Now, in the blog, I give the the detail of the chart of the full moon of the 8th of April. And the chart for the 8th of April full moon is, of course, on the website in the 2020 April page in starwheelastrology.com. So this is in Chitra Nakshatra, the moon at 24 degrees Vedic Virgo. And Chitra is super creative. Some people say they're temperamental, but I have Sun in Chitra, so I know that isn't true. And so make space at the time of this full moon on the 8th of April for creativity, for connection to your creativity. But notice from the charts that this full moon is desperately unsupported on the other side of the Kalsarpa yoga. The Kema Druma is full, so you could feel quite mentally unstable or mentally rattled at this time. Just be aware of that. Hear this perception that the time of the full moon is particularly tricky because there's Kalsarpa yoga in force in the heavens, and the moon is right on the other side from all the other Vedic planets, indeed from all the planets. Because all the other planets are the other side of the nodal axis. Now the new moon is on the 23rd of April, and I just wanted to say the full moon of the 8th of April, actually in the United States, and people in the United States are a bit behind us here in Ireland, where it's actually April the 7th in the evening. Okay, going on to the full moon of the 23rd of April, the new moon of the 23rd of April is at 8 degrees Vedic Aries in Ashwini Nakshatra. And so Ashwini Nakshatra is above all the healer's nakshatra, and again at this new moon, like any new moon, you should set aside a quiet time the day before, the day of the new moon, and the day after. Just set aside at least some space in each of those 3 days to connect to the energies. Seek to be aware what new thing might be coming in, what new thing might be growing in the lunation ahead, starting on the day of the new moon. Write it down, foster it, seek to understand it, get angles on what you think it is and make a decision about what you actually think it is, and then foster the development. And of course be aware of the need to rejig things and reassess as the development promised by the new moon in fact outturns. So this new moon on the 23rd of April should be good for healing and, most importantly, for guidance as to needed remedies in healings of your body, your energies, your life path. So, a huge month, vast energies for the individual and society, but hearing the perception about these is so valuable. And bear in mind that Venus in Taurus is a lifesaver. And as has been true for January and February and March 2020, inspiration and healing energies are flowing. And above all, make the space for those, be open to those, and have the healings. So you can get in touch with me for an astrology reading. You book through the buy page of my starwheelastrology.com website. You can get in touch with my wife Maggie Pashley, who does worldwide healings all over the world, and as I say is doing a price reduction at the moment in these difficult times. And I do indeed teach many courses in astrology and other spiritual pathways, and if necessary enroll for one of those. So wishing you stability through April 2020, the blessings of planet Venus through April 2020, the healings, and thus it can become a time of constant rebirth. Thus it can become a time of making a commitment to seeking vision, of following vision quest in whatever form or setting is right for you, and developing your vision of who you really are and what your life path and setting really needs to be at this time of totally massive personal and societal rebirth. Thank you.